Hello, good morning, student. Just I have been also mentioned that this type of the questions in your examination of UGC and GA NET or set will be asked to you. I have been prepared some types of the question, especially on the theme of the literature, because in your examination they would ask you a question, especially on the theme of the different types of the literature. So thus I first selected the theme of the literature, and I have also arranged such kinds of questions on the theme from the Anglo-Norman period to the recent era. Today I will start my question from the Anglo-Norman period. The question will be asked you like such. Which of the following the Anglo-Norman period works of Anselm? Anselm is the name of the writer. Deals with ontological argument for the existence of God. Here, Anselm has created a literature. Which of that literature deals with ontological argument for the existence of the God? Here, I have given you four options. Out of four, you also selected only two. Only one. There is the option A, monologian, prosologian, delight, arbitrary, D. Variate. Among these, the answer is prosologian. Prosologian is the book or the work that is created by Anglo-Norman writer Anselm, in which he deals with ontological argument for the existence of the God. This is your answer. So you should remember, prosologian is the book or the work in which the theme of that book is ontological argument for the existence of the God. I am going to repeat it again and again in order to trace on your mind the work, and it should remember carefully. Second is that the question will be asked to you like a such. Which among the following Anglo-Norman romance deals with the stories based on, listen carefully, the life of King Arthur and his knights of the Round Table? Here, I am asking you a question on the romance. Here, literary work is changed and the literary genre is romance. And the theme of the romance, I am asking to you, the life of King Arthur and his knights of the Round Table. In which book? Anglo-Norman romance deals with the story, the matter of the Britain, the matter of the England, the matter of the Rome, and miscellaneous romance. Here, I have mentioned the four romances of the same period. So the confusion also arises in the mind of the students or the learners while they are giving the examination. They also confuse at that time. The matter of the Britain is also the romance, the matter of the England is also the romance, the matter of the Rome is also the romance, and miscellaneous romances is also the romance. Then, in which book the story about King Arthur and his knights of the Round Table is included? The answer is that the matter of the Britain. Here you should remember carefully. The matter of the Britain deals with the stories of famous King Arthur and his knights of the Round Table. Remember carefully while you are preparing for your examination. Then third question is that just I have prepared all types of the question, especially on the themes. काय रे? काय झालं? काय झालं? हो. Then there is the another question you will be asked in your examination. Which among the following Anglo-Norman period romance? Again, I have also included the same question on the literary work creation on the romance. Deals with the classical stories of Alexander the Great. Here I am asking a different types of the question. The genre is the romance, but I am asking about the classical stories of Alexander the Great, the Trojan War, the Siege of Thebes, the Siege of Troy. Here, there are four types of the classical stories I have also mentioned. So, it would be useful for the another type of the question, which are the classical stories during the period of Anglo-Norman period or in the romances. They are Alexander the Great, the Trojan War, the Siege of the Thebes, and Siege of the Troy. Here again I have also included the four types of the romances as I was always mentioned in the first slide. Here the matter of the Britain, you know that it is related to the theme or it is related to the romance of the King Arthur. There is no doubt. We know that this is not the answer. Then second is that the matter of the England. It is not also. The answer is that the matter of the Rome. So you should remember there is a technique. All these stories are related to the Roman history. Alexander the Great, the Trojan War, the Siege of Thebes, the Siege of Troy. So the answer automatically, or you should automatically know that, or you should confidently give the answer, or you should remember without forgetting that the matter of the Rome. The matter of the Rome deals with classical stories of Alexander the Great, the Trojan War, the Siege of Thebes, the Siege of Troy. So you should remember carefully. Okay, then I will go ahead. That is the next question. Which is the next question is that which of the following Anglo-Norman drama? Now I have been reached to the drama. Okay, from romance drama represent the stories from the Bible that recount the creation, temptation, and fall of Adam and the Eve. Here I am also asking a question on the theme of drama. That drama represent the stories, especially stories from the Bible, and recounting the creation, temptation, and fall of the Adam and the Eve. I have given you the four options. First is Lee, Jude, Adam. Saint Restoration. Lee, Jude, Saint Nicholas. None of the above. Here, Lee, Jude, Adam represent the stories from the Bible, and those stories recount the creation, temptation, and fall of the Adam and the Eve. So remember carefully, the drama name is that Lee Judy Adam. There is another drama, Saint Restoration. Saint means saint is the great person. Here you should automatically make use of your logic. Saint recreation should not be related to the stories of the Bible, and Saint Nicholas story should not be related to the stories of the Bible. So none of the above is not related to the that Anglo-Norman drama. Then you can automatically come to the conclusion. You should follow some logic while giving the answer. Instead of logic, you should carefully study all those things. Okay, then lead you to romance is the answer. Then there is the another question. Which of the following Anglo-Norman drama present the story of the burial and resurrection of the Christ? Here again, I have also included the question on the theme on the type of the drama. But here this drama deals with the story of the Christ, Jesus Christ, and here the story is about burial and resurrections of the Christ. Again, there are also the four options. One is Lee Judy Adam. You know that Lee Judy Adam is related with not the resurrection or the burial of the Christ. Then Saint Resurrection is the correct answer. So Saint Resurrection is the drama. That drama belonged to the period of Anglo-Norman, and that drama deals with the story of the burial and resurrection of the Christ. So you should remember carefully. Lee Jew D. Adam deals with the story about the Bible, about the recounting the creation, temptation, and fall of the Adam, and Saint Restoration deals with the story of burial and restoration of the Christ. Restoration. Here you should remember restoration is word there, and here Saint Restoration is also related. So here you have no problem how to make remember. You should easily remember that question's answer. Sometime they would ask you a question just like as which of the following romance in the age of Chaucer. Now, after completing the period of the Anglo-Norman drama, I have been come to the or we are coming or we are reaching to the period of Chaucer. Chaucer's period is very popular period, especially for the creation of the literature. So I want to give you or I want to ask you a question, especially on the period of Chaucer. Which of the following romance in the age of Chaucer opens with the old knight Sir Johann of a Bandius on the deathbed? Here I am asking a question on the romance, and I am asking the question on the romance and the theme of that romance. And that romance was very popular during the period of the Chaucer. And what was the theme of that romance? That was the old knight Sir Johann. You should remember here the name of the character, who is the uh, who is the hero, or whose story is in the romance of the following. Here, knight Sir Johann, and he is belonged to the bondage, and he was found to us on the deathbed. There are again the four options. The Tale of Ganymede, William and the War Wolf, Sir Gavin and the Green Knight, none of the above. All these are the romances. The Tale of the Gamaliel is also the romance. William and the Werewolf is also the romance. Sir Gavin and the Green Knight is also the romance. Then, in which romance we will find the story of the Sir John? Yes, you know that this story is also in the Tale of the Ganelin. And then there is not in the it is not in the William and the Werewolf, Sir Gavin and the Green Knight. So the answer is the Tale of the Gamelin. Here the story deals with Sir Johann of the bondage and he was on the deathbed. The next question is that you should ask the question like a such. So, which of the following religious writing? Now, after the Romance, we are going to reach on the new type of literature, that is a religious writing. In the Chaucer's age, expresses the miserable state of human beings, worldly life, and the death. Here, there are the three things included. First is the miserable state of the human beings. Second is the worldly life, and third is about the death. But in which religious writing such kind of story is included? This story is included in the prickle of the conscience. So the answer is the prickle of the conscience. Prickle of the conscience is the very famous religious writing during the Chaucer's age, and that deals with about the miserable state of human beings and the worldly life and about the death. Here I have given you four types of the religious writings options. First is the Eng.Part of the Invit, tickle of the conscience, religious pieces of the poetry and the pearl. All these are religious writing. So you should first remember prickle of the conscience is related with the state of the miserable condition of the human beings, worldly life, and the death. This is the answer, and this is the theme of that romance. The next question is that which of the following religious poem in the age of Chaucer deal with the theme of wonderful revelation, that revelation experienced by Julian next to the period of ill health? Here I have mentioned two things. The question one is about the theme and second is about the character. The name of that character is the Julian. Here I have been asking you a question on the religious poem. Revelations of Divine Love is a religious poem during the period of Chaucer. The Pearl is also the religious poem or the work during the period of the Chaucer. And Prickle of the Conscience is also the famous religious poem during the period of the Chaucer. Then you know that Prickle of the Conscience is also related to the miserable condition of human beings and then worldly life and the death. So this is not the correct answer. The pearl is not also the correct answer. Here about the question revelation experience. So revelation of divine love is the correct answer of this question. Then which of the following religious poem has biblical stories and moral teaching? Here revelation of divine poetry, religious piece of poetry, the pearl, and an appetite of the invite. Here, biblical stories and moral teaching. The theme is related to the two things. One is biblical stories and second is the moral teaching. Answer is religious piece of the poetry is the very famous work during the period of the Chaucer and that deals with the biblical stories and moral teaching. Here, the title of that religious poem is Religious Pieces. So, pieces, stories about a poetry. This is the answer. And then you will be asked the question which of the following religious writing in the Chaucer's period deals with the theme of the father's dream that his daughter is among the glorified? Here I have been asking a question on the same literary creation that is the religious writing or the religious poetry. And I have also mentioned the same types of the options. Here asking you a question on the theme of father's dream. Here the father is dreaming that his daughter is among the glorified. That is the Pearl is the famous religious work during the Chaucer's period where the father is dreaming that his daughter is among the glorified. This is the answer. You know that revelation of divine love is related to the biblical story. So, recall of the conscious is also related. You know that worldly life, death, and another miserable condition of life. And which of the correct answer? The pearl is the correct answer. So, student, today I have created my second part, especially on the theme, not a theme, but on I have created the question or prepared the question, especially on the themes of the literary creation from the period of Anglo-Norman to the Chaucer. If you like my video, please subscribe my channel. It is free of cost. And if you like, you also like my video. Thank you watching.